Now, face the mighty bison.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, history has been made. NinjaKilla, the person who went to EVO Japan or EVO Vegas this year and performed really well, got top 8, the lone American there. He's kind of like really making a name for himself. A lot of people are really hype about what the guy's doing. And he's also, I believe, the only American who's at EWC. But recently, just now actually, he reached God Infinite. This accomplishment has never been done in Tekken. This person here, You're the Reds, this person reached God 6, and they was the only person to do it in season 2, and it was a really big deal. And not only were they the only person to do it, they did it at the very end of the season. So it took them all season to get there, and they did it. Now for season 3, they made the ranks a little bit easier, even though the top rank is still very difficult. You have to go on a 50 win streak to do it. As you can see here, Fake Taxi is another one of NinjaKilla's accounts. He has like multiple, but this one here, you can see he's God Infinite, the only person to do it. And I want to see the match where he did it, because you have to go on a 50 win streak. I believe when he did it, it was 52. So like if we were to go down, all of these are wins. Even this right here, still on player 2 side, still won. So he just like completely obliterated everyone. So we're actually going to watch this because this is his final loss before getting to God Infinite. This law was on a promotion match too, so he was like God 5, huh? God 5. See, look, he's on a 23 win streak, and this losing to this law reset all that progress back to 0, and he had to climb again. That's why pro players honestly don't want to do it though, because like one loss and at 23, he's halfway there. I'm already halfway there, you know. One loss. Minus 13 to a law player who got worse punishment than me. God, I knew that was punishment. I had to double check. I didn't believe in my heart. Jab, jab. It should be hard to get. You know, there's a joke that getting God Infinite is harder than winning EVO. I don't know how true that joke is. Because obviously Evo has a lot of pressure to it and whatnot, but looking at it from a statistical standpoint, you need probably about 12 games to get to Evo from bottom of start of the tournament down up to the top. You need about 12 or so wins. So statistically, going on a 50 win streak is much harder than 12. But obviously with Evo, you're dealing with offline, traveling, communicating, competing. It's a different thing, but it's just a funny joke nonetheless, right? So this law player is just doing like law slide mix-ups, breaking throws. Soldier and all of us is this law name. When this turns into a video, you guys can let me know if you guys recognize this name in any TNSs or, you know, Paragons, or maybe this person was at Evo as well. They're not too bad. Like, I made a joke about them messing up that punish, but that really don't mean nothing, bro. You know, to get God 6 and all of that stuff, these guys be putting in crazy work. 100 damage on that combo. No resources used from the Fahkumram. Good low block there from NinjaKilla. Nice movement as well, the sidestep. I wonder how people feel about Fahkumram, because I know casually a lot of people struggle against him. Like if you look at his win rate against like certain type of ranks and just certain situations, he wins a lot because people aren't used to dealing with his long range pokes. He, like, I believe his 13 frame attack is one of the longest range pokes in the game. So Fahkumram kind of claps up a lot of people who play the game more casually because they're not used to getting poked at that range and hit at the range, right? But at a tournament level, I can't say definitively. I don't think no one can. But this character isn't a powerhouse. He's solid, decent. He's pretty strong. You'll see a lot of him used in tournaments. He's not like game breaking, right? So this is the first game that I'll start with, and this is him on God 7 with a 49 win streak going up against a Zafina, who is God 4, right? Perfect punish right there. As you can see, he had to activate and then sidestep launch, right? YouTube channel in the chat says other pros really gave up on the God 8 rank. Well, yeah, it was really interesting, right? A lot of other pro players, instead of immediately going for God 8, they basically got God 7 and then switched to another character and then got God 7. But to be fair, there's only about like 10 people in the world, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but 10 people in the world who could get God 7, and most of those guys, basically all of them, decided to just switch and play other characters and get them to God Infinite. And I was thinking, like, yes, it's incredibly difficult, right? 49 win streak, 52 win streak when this is all said and done. Yes, that's really difficult to do, but the person to do it makes history. And they all are really capable, but it's just who wants to dedicate that grind. One loss will set you back. Now, I know a lot of people will say that the NA region is much easier than other regions, and even if that is the case, you had other people like Lohai was just in NA. He was on High Tone stream. You had a lot of other people here for like you had a lot of people like in NA for Evo Vegas, and they were all doing ranks and whatnot. So it's like everybody really had their opportunity. If the ranks is really that, if the reach is really that easier, then it should be a piece of cake from you going to an easier rank, right? But really, I kind of don't like that. Kind of doesn't matter. Like the idea that one region is harder or easier. I mean, if that's the argument you want to make, then so be it. So this is the second match against the Zafina player. And as Tekken said in the chat, maybe he don't believe in law anymore. And that is pretty interesting, right? You hear NinjaKilla, you think law, and he's not playing law. He's playing Fahkumram. Now, I know that NinjaKilla was on Twitter because law got nerfed pretty recently, right? And I know that NinjaKilla was on Twitter talking about how he feels those nerfs comparatively to other characters is too much. And this is something that we've seen a lot of pros say, like when one character gets targeted or 2 or 3 characters get targeted and you have like King and Lydia still roaming free, Brian Fury to some extent, people they just see the game differently. So I won't even argue whether they're right or wrong, but I know that he was feeling a little bit of a way about law, but I don't know if that's caused him to switch after Evo. Who knows? Like that's for him to say whether or not he switched characters, because sometimes pro players just play multiple characters. They're just really like that, right? So I don't know. Maybe he always had the Fahkumram, and he just pulls it out in ranked and not necessarily in pro play. There's a lot of people like that. But with this Zafina, he's like taking them apart like very meticulously. Am I God 3 or 4? I haven't played Tekken 8 like that in some time, but am I God 3 or 4? If I'm God 4, that's crazy. But if I am God 4, it would make sense why he's able to piece up these other God 4s, because he's basically fighting people who are like my skill level. I am 4? Oh, that's crazy. So yeah, it makes sense why he was able to do it, because he's piecing up my skill level of players. Now, when I fought against NinjaKilla, I fought against his Lee, and I couldn't really touch him. He was running circles around me, easy peasy. But Lee is very difficult, and he specializes in that kind of like keep out style gameplay. Okay, promotion match here. He's going up against a Lily. And as definitely JC, first time chatter, thank you for stopping by, bro. Bro says that NinjaKilla's been playing Fahkumram since rank came out. So yeah, this isn't like some like switch that's like unexpected. But honestly, it wouldn't even be possible for him to switch that quickly and go up the ranks. He would have to have some type of like legacy type of like, prior history with the character, right? But you can see 51 win streak, and he's just piecing everyone apart. The last 2 people he played with this Lily and the Zafina are all God 4. I mean, I don't know if I would say whether or not that has something to do with it, because I fought in many pros, and many pros I cannot touch. So it's not like NinjaKilla is exclusively fighting different level of players. Any of them could do it, right? So this is it. He's doing it effortlessly, bodying. It really makes you wonder why other people don't do it, why other people haven't done it yet. It's very difficult. 50 wins in Tekken 8 is not easy to do, right? But it's possible. Hopefully this motivates more people to go after it, or maybe it will kill their momentum altogether. Look at that punish. His Fahkumram is sharp too, effortless. Look at this. Don't even let him off the ground. Look at the animation. Look at the animation.
You win.
Okay.
That's a clean animation. So this is his fake taxi account that he got GOD Infinite with. His God 8 hasn't updated because this website lags behind a little bit. 27 wins, 0 losses is in 75 wins, 3 losses. His ranked win rate is 87%. Player match or group match, both 100%. This is across everything. If we hone in on season 3, it's a 95%. He only played ranked. Character win rate, 83%. You would be lucky to have that as your best matchup. So to have that as your worst matchup shows that he is playing at a different level. All of these pros are. Look at all these wins. No negative performance at all. The character he played against the most was the Law. And then Harang, then King, then Jin, and Kurimitsu. Okay.